If you were the best in the world at what you do, but you were being paid peanuts, would you take $10,000 from the mob to fail on purpose? Or is your legacy worth more than the cash? Let's hear it in the comments. The pitcher looked at the catcher, nodded, and threw the ball exactly where he was told. But he wasn't taking orders from his coach. He was taking orders from the most powerful gambler in the world. For a few $1,000s hidden under a hotel pillow, 8 of the greatest players in baseball history agreed to destroy the World Series. But to understand how a sport's soul was sold, we have to go back to the secret meeting in room 708. In 1919, the Chicago White Sox were the undisputed kings of baseball. They were fast, they were powerful, and they were heavy favorites to win the World Series. But despite their fame, the players were miserable. Their owner, Charles Comiskey, was notoriously stingy, paying their superstars a fraction of what they were worth, and even making them pay for their own laundry. The locker room was a powder keg of resentment, and the Chicago mob was holding the match. A group of players, led by first baseman Chick Gandil, decided they had had enough. They reached out to Arnold Rothstein, the kingpin of the Jewish mob in New York. The deal was simple. The players would intentionally lose the World Series to the Cincinnati Reds in exchange for $100,000, a fortune at the time. It was the ultimate inside job. 8 of the greatest players in baseball history were now on the mob's payroll. As the World Series began, the cracks in the plan started to show. The Black Sox were playing strangely. Errors were made on simple fly balls. Pitchers were missing their marks by feet, not inches. While the fans in the stands were confused, the professional gamblers in the back rows were getting rich. The White Sox lost the series 5-3. The mob had won, the players had their cash, and they thought they had committed the perfect crime. The truth didn't stay hidden for long. Rumors of the fix began to leak through the sporting press. In 1920, a grand jury was called, and the players began to crack under pressure. One by one, they confessed to the scheme. As Shoeless Joe Jackson walked out of the courthouse, a young boy allegedly tugged on his sleeve and uttered the most famous words in sports history. "Say it ain't so, Joe." Jackson couldn't look the boy in the eye. Although the players were eventually acquitted in a court of law, the sport of baseball had no mercy. The newly appointed commissioner, Kennesaw Mountain Landis, banned all 8 players for life. They were stripped of their records, their reputations, and their future. Case File 050 remains a chilling reminder that in the world of professional sports, the most dangerous enemy isn't the team in the other dugout, it's the greed waiting in the shadows. You're part of the crew now. Don't let the streak end. Hit like, share this file, and subscribe to The Vault. The next sport is coming.